Hey y'all, it's your girl Portia, and today I'm doing a story time update type video. I have not been able to film or make videos as much as I wanted to because, you know, life. But today, I don't even care how ratchet the background looks. I'm filming it and letting y'all know what's up. So, I was in an accident almost a week ago on a Thursday. Today is Tuesday, and I'm just gonna tell you guys how it was like a crash. It was only my car involved, so I'm just gonna tell you what happened and some messages I want to give to you guys, because you know, I know we always forget, or we always, you know, sometimes we'll be like, I don't need to put my seatbelt on. So I have a few messages at the end of this video that y'all need to take into consideration, because these are the very things that saved me. So let's get into the story. I don't know how interesting this story is about to be for y'all. It's not funny or anything like that. It's literally just a story about last week when my car hydroplaned and it was a crash and stuff like that. So if you're interested in hearing that story, then keep watching. So, it was raining very, very hard last Thursday. I was on my way to work. It was almost 9 o'clock, and it was just raining so hard. Like, even a couple days before that, like, it had just been raining like crazy lately. And right before, sorry, I just shut the heater off, but right before I was driving and had the crash or accident or whatever you want to call it, because it was only my car, me and my boyfriend were talking about the night before where I followed him home from our date in my car, and I was saying, we were both talking about how we hate driving in the rain and how it's scary, and he was like, my car slid, you know, and I was like, yeah, it was so scary following you home yesterday in the rain. The very next message, I was telling him I was just in an accident. Alright, in this video I will insert, show you guys the clips of that day, of the accident and everything like that. I was so, like, my adrenaline. So yeah, right before the crash we were talking about how we hated driving in the rain. I was on my way to work and I was kind of scared. Like, even the night before, I was like I was so scared. It was so dark and I could barely follow him home. I'm so glad that I made it there, like, safe. So on my way to work, driving, my car hydroplanes. Hydroplaning is when, you know, there's big puddles on the road because it's raining excessively heavy, and your wheel in your car swerve. Alright, so that's what happened to my car. So yeah, my car hydroplaned, and as soon as that happened, it was all basically a blur of the highway. My car hydroplaned to the left, and I was like freaking out. I'm like, I probably smashed on the brakes. So I was like trying to get back straight. My car wasn't having it, and my bumper, this is my car. This is my bumper, the front of my car went, and this is the highway wall. And then it spun around, and then it went back. Literally, I don't know how to. The front of my car, this is the highway wall, hydroplaned. Front of my car went straight into the highway wall, and then my car slid back around, and then all along the highway wall was just running into the highway wall. And you can only imagine what I was thinking while this is going on. Like, I thought I was going to die. Like, as soon as my bumper hit that wall, it was like a shock. I had never been in an accident before. I was scared for my life. Like, luckily, I was not injured whatsoever. But the fact that I could have hit someone while my car was going crazy, traffic was still moving. It was still raining like crazy. So much stuff could have happened that night, and I just thank God that I'm okay, and it was just so scary. So, long story short, that's what happened. I wasn't injured physically, but mentally, the rest of, like, these past few days, I'll just randomly remember, reminisce, or whatever you call it, about that night, like, just being in the seat when my car crashed into the highway concrete wall. Like, I just remember, like, and then this weird smell, like a burning type smell, started coming after that, and I just remember being so scared, not knowing what would happen next. So after my car's freaking out, I finally, like, I was in shock. I finally thought emergency brake, like, and then I pulled it. I wish I would have pulled that in the first place, but I finally pulled the emergency brake after, like, probably all this happened, like, within, like, 60 seconds, and I unbuckled my seatbelt, and I was crying just hysterically, and my car was this close to the highway wall, so I, like, squeezed myself out of my door and, like, crawled to the back, trying to call my mom and all that other stuff. I could go on and on and on about how I felt that night. I don't know how to explain it, how to describe it. I feel like so many people that night were asking if I was okay, if I was injured. And the fact that I'm not, I'm so thankful for it. But the mental, like, literally, like, the mental injury it put on me, like, I'm, like, probably for the rest of my life I'll be afraid to drive in the rain. You know what I mean? Like, so after I got out, 5 minutes later, police came and stuff like that. They were asking me questions, asking if I was hurt, what happened. They took my car to a towing company, and then they gave me a ride back. When I got home, I was just, I didn't know what to do. I could have died. Have you guys ever been in an accident? Like, I could have died. Instead of going left and crashing into the wall, my car could have swerved right and crashed into another person. So all these thoughts were just, like, on my mind the next few days after it happened. So the next day, I called the towing company, and I'm like, how much for you to tow it here? Because they tell me my car's drivable. I'm able to come pick it up, but I don't want to drive it. Like, you guys see the pictures, my whole front of my car is just I do not want to drive that thing. Like, no. So I'm like, can you drop it off? Oh yeah, it'll be $205. Just perfect. Oh, and I forgot to mention, they gave me a ticket before they gave me a ride home. The police they gave me a ticket, and I'm like, why am I getting a ticket? And they're like, oh, losing control of your own vehicle, blah, 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 blah. You have court. And she was telling me all the information because, you know, they have to do that. So, yeah, I got a ticket for my car hydroplaning. Alright, I could go on and on and on about this. Like, long story short, my car hydroplaned. I crashed into the highway concrete wall and everything like that, and I'm just so thankful to God that I wasn't injured or hurt in any way. So I have a lot going on right now, trying to find a vehicle that I can use. Messages I want to give to you all who are watching right now. Number one, wear your seatbelts, because I'm pretty sure that if I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, the whole scenario would have been different. My airbag went off in my car, but I don't remember it hitting me in the face. And I remember the whole ride pretty clearly, so I'm pretty sure my seatbelt like protected me against everything. So always wear your seatbelt, because if I didn't have my seatbelt on in that car crash, my face would have hit, like, my body could have went anywhere. Number two, when you're hydroplaning, okay, I learned this in driver's ed. Now I know what they were talking about, but at the time, you know, you're in driver's ed with all your friends, you're just trying to get your license, okay? So at the time, now I remember what they were talking about when they used to say hydroplaning and stuff. I guess you're not supposed to smash the brakes. It makes it worse. When you like run over a puddle and your car swerves, you're not supposed to smash your brakes. You're just supposed to like steer and get yourself right back on track. Driving in rain, just please drive slower, and if your car ever swerves, just grab that steering wheel. Number three, I needed new tires. I got my car, like, I'm 18. I got my car around almost turning 16, so I haven't got a new set of tires since I've had my car for like 2, almost 3 years. So always make sure you're taking care of your car. You know, instead of buying what I needed for my car, I'm more worried about buying nails and more clothes and all this other stuff. I kind of knew in the back of my head I needed new tires, and that was probably a factor in the crash. So always take care of your car, no matter if you gotta borrow money, if you gotta go in debt, if you gotta put the new Uggs on hold. Take care of your car and get the new parts it needs. I'll probably think of more messages I should have put into this video later on, but it'll be too late. But I just want you guys to take those 3 things into consideration of what I just said. Always wear your seatbelt. If you hydroplane, don't press the brakes. Just take that wheel, and also drive slow, because I was going the speed. Keep new tires on your car, new parts, keep your engine right, whatever your car needs, get it fixed as soon as possible, no matter what, because that could be the cause of your next crash or something like that. So if I could prevent, you know, if I could, by you watching this video, if you can take some of that advice and it prevents an accident or some stuff like that for you or for anyone you talk about it with, then I did a good job with this video. Like, I will forever be traumatized by that night. Like, I don't know if you guys understand by how I explained it of how I felt, but the video that I'm going to put in here will explain, like, just thinking like anything could have happened in this crash. Like, yes, I'm 100% not injured, but at the same time, it still happened. And we all know crashes, anything can happen. So, thank you all for watching. I'm trying to just get my life together right now. That's my update. Like, Literally, I wish it could all be peaches and cream, but it's not. So follow me on Instagram, Portia Babe, with 2 E's at the end. Everything's in the description box below, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. And I just want to thank God again so much for protecting me in that accident. Knew I would think of extra messages. Do not take life for granted, because after that happened, I constantly in my mind remember, and I'm like, dang, I could have died Thursday. I could have lost my leg Thursday. This could have happened. That could have happened. I'm constantly thinking about that and the crash. So literally, don't take your life for granted. Something like that could happen at any time. Anytime. You could be riding in the back of someone's car, sleeping while it's raining bad or snowing bad. You know, you never know what's going to happen, so just always be grateful for the life you have, and try to be happy.